Okay, I want to give you a glimpse of what is going on right now with Marcin's construction. I'll try to explain these buildings right here. The one in the distance there is the new hangar that he's putting up. I helped build the walls and the trusses on this one, and he's been putting it together with the new crash course that has been going on with those laborers that are there. The building on the left there is the first building that we built for the first crash course. So the hangar here is probably 3 times as big as the first machine shop that we made. So you can see it's in similar construction style. It's just a lot bigger. So the wall right in front of us is actually a house. It's what they're building inside of this hangar. And you can see it's the exact same design as the first crash course house that we're still finishing off right now. It has rooms all along the sides of this hangar. You can see that this has a grill there and some, food preparation stuff and computers. And they have tools on the other rooms. And this house goes almost up to the ceiling. I think there's only like 4 feet left for the room on top of that. So I have questions of how he's going to transport this house out of there, but we'll see what he has planned there. This is a really tall building. I didn't realize those wall modules are so tall until I see it together. So this crew here, I think it was like 40 to 50 people, 50 to start, and then there was some that left earlier. But there's a lot more people working on this than the last crash course. And so I was able to see some improvements that Marcin has been doing. He organized this in a way so people had individual projects to do, and they had some more teamwork. And they had some more experienced people that came here that knew what they were doing basically, and they wanted to learn what Marcin is doing. So they assisted in helping other people who haven't learned this yet. And that's something that we did not get in the first crash course. We had some people with some background in construction, but this crew had a little more experience behind them, which helped a lot. And I could see that they're doing the plumbing that we did. They're doing it a little bit differently this time. So there are slight improvements in the way they did it. They had to do a certain way so it was easier to cut in and put in and place in the pipe there. So you'll see here Marcin is showing them the plans here, so he could explain exactly what they're going to be involved with. And he has several of these things printed out on the walls, and he hands them out to people so that they know exactly what their assignment is. And this was pretty awesome. This is what I saw. It was a pleasant surprise for me. It was like, yeah, it's awesome. He's utilizing all these guys here, and there's a few girls too. And just organizing them and helping them get where they need to go. And get the things done that need to get done. In the first crash course, we didn't have this many people. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a lot better when there's more people, because sometimes it's only a 2 or 3 person job, and then there are people, standing around watching and just, handing tools to them and stuff. But if people haven't been doing this before, then they could observe and watch what's going on. There are some more pictures there that show, the projects of what they need to be working on. This day was hooking up electricity and running the wires. This is something that we wanted to go and see because we never really got to that point in the first crash course. So we wanted to go and see how they hooked it up, the configuration of all the wires and the panels and the plumbing as well. And that's going on right now. This time they had to pull up the flooring, which we honestly had to do several times in the first crash course because we were constantly trying to adjust things and figure out how to put that plumbing in there. And one time it rained on it, so we had to replace the insulation and then, transporting the thing and everything. So multiple reasons to keep pulling up that floor, but it looks like they cut out part of the floor to get that plumbing in there. So, some of the guys didn't really like that idea of doing that, but you learn as you go. Marcin understands this, and you're constantly improving as you go. I saw a little more progression on this one than we did on the first crash course, because there's more people and they learned from the last one. So if those of you who don't know, the design of this is just 2x8 floor joists, and it's going to be right flat on the ground underneath with treated plywood. And the foundation is basically a flat gravel foundation with a little bit of modification of insulation around the perimeter of it. And that insulation on the ground under the gravel will help prevent the heave, thaw, freeze cycles. And so if there's insulation there preventing the freezing temperatures to get through the ground, then it'll prevent the heaving during the freeze thaw cycles. So that was the concept behind this flooring, so it could just lay flat right on the ground. And then he insulates it with just classic fiberglass insulation, and then supports it with those blocks that you see in there with the flooring. So here this guy looks like he's pretty experienced with this electricity stuff, which is a benefit that they have that we didn't have. And, it makes sense once you start looking at the different components. But this electrical system is a little bit different because it's a hybrid system. It has a solar panel it has a solar panel input, which is right, that blue thing right there. And all of the solar gets plugged into that. I believe that's the charge controller and everything that monitors everything. And then it also is hooked up into the grid. So you have a classic, switches there with breakers, but it has to be all hooked up together. And so that's the hybrid system. They have to get all that stuff together. So I'm just getting footage of, all the walls and their progression on the house. But this is, the other side is the hangar walls and the ceiling there. I'm just kind of getting a feel for the construction and similarities and differences from the first crash course versus ours. So I think I'm going to walk out here, and you're going to get the rest of the view of this hangar. The wall that we just passed through right there, that was just a temporary wall because they're in construction with the rest of the build. And so you can see that they've got quite a bit of trusses to put up there with a roof, and they got that telehandler up there to keep the walls up there temporarily as they work on it. I don't know when they schedule this thing to be done, because the crash course is now finished, and I don't know what Marcin's going to do as far as that's concerned with labor. I did offer to help him. I'm just not sure if I'll be getting to this yet. So you can see these rooms on the side that they're going to be, other rooms like utility type stuff with tanks and electricity. And there'll probably be other tables in there for a fast-paced learning experience. Marcin did tell me the plans of this. He said that each room is going to have a designated spot for plumbing, putting all those things together, or electricity, along with all the tools and whatever to build these homes. He did say he wanted to do, I think, 4, 5, or 6 of these homes at a time, at the same time. So you could see how much room that first house has been taking up, and he wants to fit in 3 or 4 more. And that, I was like, boggled my mind. And Marcin is considering other ideas. Maybe he will do a smaller version of this home. So we could do smaller crash courses, maybe even a few days, to build a smaller version of it, which is maybe a third of the size. And then later crash courses, they will do the full size seed home that you see here. So those are ideas that he was considering. Also, it's not going to be just homes. It's going to be machinery, tractors, machinery that can harvest your own materials on your own land to use in building homes, and 3D printers and all sorts of things, so that a city can be self-sustaining with all materials. This is basically taking all of the industries that we know of, and making it self-sufficient for each city to have these things and not have to rely on big corporate things. So that's the way I think the future is, and he's going to have all of this open source. So if anybody wants to build it, then the plans are online, and then anybody who wants to learn how to do it can come to these crash courses, learn how to do it, and then go to your own place where you live, and then you could teach other people how to do it. And I feel like this is the way to go for liberty in our condition right now. And we need to be free from a lot of this, the big system type of things. That's the overall idea of this course. This is why I want to support it. This is in the same spirit of what I'm doing with Extreme Budget. So liberty is upon us.